Well, hello everyone. You've guessed it, it's finally here, another biogas video. It's been a long time in the making. Just with work, I've been promoted, so it means a bit more stress and other things on the agenda. But today, we're going to be taking apart the scrubbers. We're going to pull them apart, have a look at what's inside, do a pH reading. These have not been done for, nearly since the channel started, so probably a year and a half ago at least. So all the solution that's in the big drum has never been tested. I know that the gas, when it comes out, it doesn't smell, so it's still working, it's still scrubbing, but I just like to see the chemical reaction inside and see what the pH is. And the U bin there, that's got the steel wool and the clay pellets in it. So I want to see if there's any moisture in there, because the gas that's been pumping out into the bag has been completely dry and it's been burning really well. Mostly blue flame, no orange at all, and very clear. So we're going to take that apart because I've bought some materials. We're going to make some new stuff. Whilst these are a bit smaller, I like the idea of it being see-through. So that means I can see what's going on. And the way this is set up, see if I can get into here, that hose that comes into the jug at the bottom, it's not the best way. So because it's water levels up here, and then the hose goes like this, so water sits in the hose unless there's gas actually pushing that water back out. So this one, the new design, is just going to go bang, straight in the top, bang, straight out. So we're going to get cracking and start pulling that apart. So you can hear that still bubbling away. Okay, so this initial one, airlock bleach solution, so that takes out the CO2, and then it runs into this one, which has the steel wool on both, and then clay pellets. So this is to remove hydrogen sulfide, and then the water. And this was, if you remember, back in the day, this was my first ever scrubber. So it had a small airlock that was on the original tank, and this one was full of the steel wool. Now, because I thought ahead, and with the two tanks over there, so there's still all the insulation on it. It's still winter, so they've got the insulation on them. But I've got valves here, valve there, there's a valve over here, so I can take all this apart and not lose any of the pressure that's in these tanks. So I'm going to turn these two valves off between the two tanks and then start having a look in this. Because it's been so warm, the mice have been having a field day in here making a house. Alright, so that's the other problem. This hosing here, it's not braided hose, so we do get these kinks, which doesn't matter too much, but I'm a bit picky. I don't really like it. But we can turn that valve off, and then the second tank here, this is the first ever one that I made. So from the gas lines that came in, joined here, because the two gas lines came here, and I found it very quickly, if you have the smallest air leak, then you don't have any pressure, no gas coming through. So this is why back in the day I had so much silicone on everything. This was a very dodgy job, but it's still water in there, and it still bubbles away, it still works, so hey, why not? Alright, let's see which one of these turns off. Might be, yeah, that's the way. Bit odd one-handed, but now that's separated. So we can go back to our setup over here. Okay, just done all these little hose clips off, so I can take these off. Start with this one, get out of the way first. Okay, right, over there. It's all a bit dusty. I remember I siliconed this bottom bit on, so I can, oh yeah, good I didn't silicone this bit. It smells. It smells not too great. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just flip the camera around and show you what the difference in the steel wool here is. So this end was where the biogas was coming out of. Okay, and this end is where the gas was going in. You see that's all oxidized, it's brown compared to its normal self. And man, that stinks. So that means that's working, that's getting rid of the hydrogen sulfide. So that's good. That side, I'm surprised at the difference. So this pipe here was my first one. I'm quite intrigued to see how that looks as well, because this, it ran into this first, then this, and then came out of that. I know I probably should be wearing gloves for this too. I'm probably gonna regret it, but pull this out. So you can see the discoloration here. So down the bottom. So look, I don't know. Clearly it's been working, and like this is done, geez, how many bags? Must have, those 1,000 litre bags, this is probably churned through maybe 20,000 litres or something, 20 bags, maybe more, since I've had this attached to it. So if it's only just done this, like I said, that other tube, I need to have a look at that, but I'm surprised that it's still pretty good here. We packed that in pretty tight too, so that's good. So I'll put that here. I'll pull this out because I will reuse this. Now, the clay in here, I'll do is I've got a bowl. I'll pause this. I'm expecting, if there's going to be any moisture, I'm expecting it to be down the bottom, not so much here. So I'll have a look. Put that off. Well, to be honest, just looks like dry clay to me, but it smells. I probably shouldn't be sniffing it, but anyway. But there's no real evidence of water in here at all, so oh well. It must hold a bit, or either I'm just not getting a lot of vapour through, because it's bubbling through this as well. So that's water. There's water in the tank, and I do know before I had this in here hooked up, there was water in these pipes. So it's obviously doing its job, but I would have expected at least a couple of damp bits or bits stuck together. Anyway, that's that bit. Now this next one, this original tube, I might just have to stop the video for because both ends are silicone, so I might have to just give it a knock open. So I've just given it a crack open, but I know because you guys are inquisitive, the clay pellets that I use for that, I'm not going to reuse. I've actually got leftover stuff. That's all it is. Just kitty litter. You don't have to go out and buy the clay balls or anything like that. Kitty litter. Even the silica stuff works. But this was from just general grocery store. That's easy. It was like less than $10 for the whole bag, and it's lasted me this long. So yeah, the other stuff smells. I'm going to replace my new stuff with this. Well, we thought that last stuff was bad. This is black. It's degraded. It's broken down. It's almost powder. And it started off as this. Yuck, yuck. Oh, that smelled. So, this here bring up and down if I can get a good shot. Yeah, she's pretty awful. Now you can see here, I'm going to get a poke of this. That's just fragile, powdery. So this is about a year and a half for this. So look, how often you change it? Well, that's going to be the question. That's why I want see-through stuff, so I can see how it's going. That was the idea with this, but I couldn't see too clearly because this is a water bottle I sort of cut. To get clear Perspex tube is quite expensive, turns out. So that's the hydrogen sulfide bit covered, and the water vapor covered. So now we're going to look at the CO2, carbon dioxide. I've always said that biogas is not for the squeamish. That liquid I poured out, that old bleach solution, oh Jesus, that smells like the inside of a digester. And so inside the digester, of course, is all the microbials and bacteria turning food into like acid. And of course, when the bleach, the bleach solution is an alkaline. So as this slowly bubbles through and we take the CO2 out of it, the solution then becomes acidic. So when it becomes acidic, then we know the solution's spent. You need to replace it. And like I said, this has not been done for a year and a half. It's my own fault. But yeah, Jesus Christ, it's got some smell to it. Like if you've seen my video, the gross part of moving the digester, and I actually had to shovel the muck and stuff out of it. It still didn't, from memory, it didn't smell this bad. But yeah, don't mind the floaty bits in there. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to get rid of the other bit. So I'll do all the chemical formulas. I'll put them on the screen. You can pause it and look at all the science behind it. I know off the top of my head, but to verbalise it is a different matter. So you can do the chemical reaction for the bleach solution, and then when the hydrogen sulfide meets the iron. So, look, I think that might be about it. Doing that now, the next part of the video that I have to do is to build a new air scrubbing system, and this will be a lot better because everything will be see-through. I'll be able to tell if the clay's wet or the steel wool is spent, or if that's changed colour. It's got a lid that I can easily undo, put a pH strip in. So I'll show you here. I'll pH read this for you. So I've got a quick strip here, dip it in the water, bang, between 5 and 6. So that's gone from alkaline to acid. That's spent, not to mention stinks. That'll do for the first half of the air scrubbing video. Next half will be a lot quicker between videos, since I have all the materials now. And look, I have to get this back up and running, so that's exactly what I'm going to do now. But I'll leave this video to upload, and then I will do this, record this, and show you my new system. Thanks for watching, guys. See you shortly.